All right, listen, I get it. I already know what y'all are thinking. What the hell is Smack doing with his shirt off? What's going on here? What is this, Magic Smack? Nah, but seriously, if you've seen my previous video, you know exactly why my shirt is off. This is not no damn flex. It's hot as hell in my house. My AC unit is broke. I got a portable AC unit to the right of me, a fan blowing in the back, and I'm still hot. So for my own comfortableness and sanity, we don't have a shirt on, boys. All right, you're just gonna have to get used to it for a bit here. We'll be back to wearing shirts the sooner they get the damn AC fixed in my my house. So let's just go ahead and, you know, bear with it for a little bit. Now, in this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about why I believe Kafka is going to be very expensive. Full disclosure, there's no leaks in here whatsoever. This is like based off of information we already have and know. So you can rest assured on that one. But the thing is, Kafka is going to be very prevalent with dot-oriented team compositions. And dot in this game is the concept of it and how it operates is the very same as electro charge, overload, and dendro hyperbloom elemental reactions in Genshin Impact. The higher your level, the stronger the multiplier. And then there is a formula, and the strongest multiplier on the formula is your level. Your level is what's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. So Kafka is going to be very expensive because whether you're running her with a Sampo or a Serval or your supportive unit like Silverwolf, they all need to be level 80 because their dots are going to be a big chunk of your DPS. So let's go ahead and go into the slideshow so I can explain to you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So if you take a look over here on the right hand side, you'll see this is think of it like attack power, but for dots, right? When you break an enemy shield and you apply a dot to them based on the element you're rocking, like Wind Shear or Entangle or Burn or Shock, which is for the electricity element. Anyways, whatever you're using, this is the multiplier based on the level of your character. So if your character's level 64, your multiplier is 2074. If the character's level 80, your multiplier is 3,767. So again, look at this like attack power. Imagine if your character is level 70, you have 2,659. But if you get them to 80, your attack goes up a whole 1,000. That is how significant your level is when you're running a dot composition. Your multiplier is massive. So I want to go in a little bit more on this. Base damage, by the way, for dot is going to be your character level times their element. What do I mean by their element? Every element has a specific multiplier. So for an example, for shock, the multiplier is 2 times your level multiplier. 2 times your level multiplier, and it lasts for 2 turns. So that's going to be 2 times 3,767. Versus if you were like level 70, it'd be 2 times 2,659. So it's very imperative that your character be as high as a level as possible because that's a massive multiplier to work off of. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the multiplier or the formula for dealing dot damage. It's going to be base times your break percentage, which is why break effect's very important, times the defense. Yes, their defense actually factors into your dot damage, the enemy's defense, times their resistance to your element. Both of these are impactful to your dot damage. And then finally, the toughness. Is their shield up or did you break their shields? These are, again, the walls that are going to knock down your damage. So if you have a character that can actually get rid of these walls, you're going to deal so much more dot damage. Yep, I hate to break it to you, but those of you who want to skip Silverwolf, just know Silverwolf is like a Kazuha for dot comps. Why? Because she shreds the hell out of defense and she even debuffs the enemy's resistance to the element that she's throwing on them as well. Not to mention she's very good at taking away shields. So if you're skipping Silverwolf, I'm not, first of all, I don't want to peer pressure you into believing like, oh, I got to pull Silverwolf. You don't have to. There's Pella as the free-to-play option. She's just not as good as Silverwolf. I'll be honest with you. And the reason being is because Silverwolf gives a bigger defensive multiplier. She debuffs all elemental resistances, and she's even better at taking down shields. It doesn't matter what shield they have on, she can contribute to it because she can put her own quantum element on the person. Not to mention, she can delay their action, and she's amazing, all right? But what I am trying to say here is, these are the things that impact your dot damage, right? So you're gonna want to put characters on the team and build your character with break effect. Now, the other multipliers that also play a role in increasing damage is dot damage percent multipliers. What I mean by this is the damage percent bonus specifically states that it's going to increase your dot damage, because what people don't realize is that what doesn't impact dot damage is damage bonuses, like increase your damage by 20%. Character will deal 20% more damage. Those don't apply to dot damage. Furthermore, if you put a lightning damage sphere on a lightning character, that's not going to affect your dot damage either. Again, the only thing that affects it is dot damage specific multipliers and the things I just mentioned. So this is very important to understand. I get it, it might be a little bit confusing, and even after I explain this to you, you might still not understand it. But hopefully I at least wrapped your head around it a little bit, you know what I mean? But let's continue on, okay? So I gave you an example here. We use Serval because Serval is not leaked character. So we use Serval for the example. We're not going to use Kafka because she's technically not out yet. But it doesn't matter. Both of them are electrical units. The only difference is Kafka can actually add in damage bonuses that affect your dot damage. But let's say we're using a level 64 shock damage Serval versus a level 80 shock damage Serval. We're going to take the multiplier the formula I just explained to you, but with the level 64 Serval, that's going to be 4,344 damage. If we use a Sampo ult, Sampo at a level 10 talent burst can increase your dot damage by 30%. So if we use a Sampo ult, 5,647 is going to be what you come out to. Now look at the difference when your character is level 80, 7,890, and then with the Sampo ult, it's pretty much 100% more damage. And guys, there's going to be much more multipliers that I'm not even considering. Like I said, Kafka can make the dot damage even stronger. There's people who are going to be doing vulnerability damage, but basically the more multipliers that can influence your dot damage, the higher you're going to do in damage, because the attack power of the dot at level 80 is just such a bigger number to multiply off of in comparison to your character being level 70 or level 64. So with dot oriented comps, not only do you need to have Kafka at level 80, you need to have Silverwolf, or if you're going to use Pella to defensive shred, Pella at level 80. And if you're going to use Serval or Sampo, they need to be level 80. So you need to have 3 characters at level 80. Now guys, I've spent money on this game and I still ain't got a single character at level 80. So the reason I'm making this video is so that you know she's going to be a very expensive and niche unit that's revolving around dot comps, but also prepare now, because her best options are 100% Sampo or Serval. Both of them are very good dot characters, especially Sampo, because he increases dot damage for the whole party. So you want to start working on these characters ahead of time, because it's going to do you a world of good if you do so. Now, at the bottom, I forgot to explain that. With Silverwolf's ult, that 7,890 damage will turn into 10,326 damage, and that's because she shreds their defense. And this, by the way, is a scenario against a level 90 monster. So that 0.476 is the defense multiplier when you're going up against level 90 enemies. So this is a level 90 enemy scenario, meaning the hardest content in the game as of now. So Silverwolf can shred that and make you deal 10,326 damage with this particular scenario right here. Now, this can get much more crazier. Again, I just couldn't really cover things that I'm not allowed to cover right now. It's in uncharted territories. But you get what I'm trying to say. Level 64 versus 80, double the damage. More multipliers, triple the fucking damage. Basically, case in point, get all of your units for a Kafka that you're trying to play with Kafka to level 80 and prepare for it now, because trust me, it's gonna be very expensive. Your damage is gonna be shit unless everybody is absolutely at the top of the level game. All right, this is what I was able to do in this hot ass room. Hopefully we brought you some value, as we always do, guys. There's going to be more videos to come. I'm staying at a hotel now. We ended up taking the hotel deal because they said my dogs can come. So I'm going to go to the hotel, crash, wake up, go train some clients, come back over here and try to work on some more content. I'm also still trying to squeeze some Diablo content in here, but damn, bro, I'm telling you, man, as a working adult these days, boys, it's tough covering 2 different games. But yeah, man, we're going to try. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm out.